heading down our trail, heading for the ravine, the big ravine, which is right in front of us down there. When we have a real rapid melt like this, we get some pretty awesome water flowing through this thing. I'll go check out and see what it looks like today. It'll be in the 60s tomorrow, and we had, well, right around 10 inches of snow yesterday. So if the water's not flowing today, it'll be flowing later today or tomorrow. I don't hear it, so usually you can hear it all the way from the house when it's really rushing. Nothing. There would be waterfalls and just lots and lots of water coming through here. But not today, or at least not yet. So what I need to do is go down to the bottom. We had, a year and a half ago, we had, I think it was about 18 inches of rain overnight. And it devastated the area, but on our land, it cut our lower ravine down about 3 feet. So now we can't use the dry crossing down at the bottom right now. So either I got to get a dozer in there, or put in some culvert pipes, or build a bridge. I'd love to build the bridge, but I need to go down there and assess what can be done. So I think I'll do that tomorrow when we got water flowing in here, so we can show that. While I'm down here, not quite sure how well you can see this, but we have the remains of the old oak savanna. Through that way you can see one of the big oaks, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them right here. And they're, whoops, it's aiming the wrong way. There we go. And we got a giant walnut there. We have some real big maples as well. But this area is, or was, oak savanna. So you had these giant trees like this, spaced pretty far apart usually, with tall grass growing in between. And then fires would keep the other trees out, and you had mostly the same species of oak. But farming has pretty much stopped that. I think that one right there is a maple. There's some giant maples in here as well. So I gotta get back to the shed and do some cleaning. I have the belt for the tractor on order, as well as some other stuff. And I gotta get to town to get some stuff so I can flush the radiator. Or, not really the radiator, flush the cooling system, the entire thing. So I'll post some stuff on that when I get to it. we had this plowed this morning, and it's already disappearing. There was 10 inches of snow last night. Shoveled a little path here, and that's already dry as well. Okay. Here, wow, you can really hear it melting off that roof. Here is the grapevines. They're getting huge, but they'll be potted tomorrow. I think tonight is the last freezing night in the forecast, but I have this heat set up so it doesn't really matter. The pots themselves were frozen solid. Come on, turn. The pots themselves were frozen solid. So I devised a little way to get them thawed out. What I did was put a small 750 watt heater inside on the shelf in here and ran the cord out through the bottom drawer, and then I opened this drawer and that drawer, and it's toasty warm under here. Oh, I'd say it's 75, 80. So they're pretty much thawed now. I did this a few hours ago. So I'm gonna leave the heater on overnight on low, just to keep it so they don't freeze again. And then tomorrow I'll pot the grapevines and get them in the greenhouse. That I think it was Therm Pro thermostat that is supposed to have a 200-foot reach. That is not working. It was working in the house with the two units right next to each other, but I made a little cleat for it. I mean, we're going through clear plastic, that's it right there. Therm Pro. And then what it has to do is, let's see, I don't know how to, there we go. It needs to get to the window on the house, which there's a clear line of sight. It's 135 feet. I measured it, and this is supposed to be good to 200 feet. So, another thing that China has made for me that does not work. So, what I need to do right now, I'm going to play around with that and see if I can get it to work by taking out the batteries and stuff like that. Then I need to get in here and clean up this mess and get ready. The parts are coming that I need for the tractor, and I'm going to run to town and find something to adapt to those hoses so I can run a hose in and out and flush the block, and I'll flush the radiator as well while I have it all apart. And I believe, I'm not sure if there's a gasket on that water pump or not. If there is, I'll have to get one. Otherwise, I'll have to put some Permatex or whatever I need on there. I'm not sure what to use on a water pump housing, but I'm getting a few drips of coolant out of there, and I don't want to put this thing all back together with a little bit of coolant leaking. So that's it. Mostly cleaning today. We've already had somebody took out, the guy who plows for us took out our mailbox this morning, and I had to run run down to the bottom of the hill because somebody got stuck down there. We got stuck once. Who else got stuck? 3 people got stuck on the road today. It was very slippery early this morning, but now it's pretty thawed. So tomorrow we should have a raging torrent in our large ravine behind the house. So I'm going to film that, go down to the bottom and show where it washed out in the big storm. We had an 18-inch overnight rain a year and a half ago, and it washed out our dry crossing at the bottom. So I was going to fix that last year, but we ended up doing all of this stuff for the horses. So it's got to be taken care of because my daughter rides the horse down there and it's kind of dangerous the way it is. Okay, that'll be it for today. Stop back tomorrow and we'll go check out. It's pretty slick, the running water in the ravine. There's waterfalls everywhere and it's just gorgeous down there. Stop back and see it.